I think one of the most common health concerns people face is their weight. So many people go on and off weight loss diets and are often unsuccessful or end up putting the weight they lost back on very quickly. Today I want to give you some handy tips for losing weight. Please keep in mind, if you are serious about maintaining weight loss, you need to sustain your goal weight for at least 6 months. So your body can get used to the weight that you're at, and also so you can get used to maintaining good, healthy lifestyle habits. When you go on and off starvation diets, you actually create a situation that changes your metabolism, and you will end up putting on more weight than you began with. So do keep in mind, we need to make your weight loss and weight maintenance strategies permanent. My first tip is to start with a diet diary and exercise plan. You need to account for everything you eat. This creates an awareness and self-analysis of what you're taking in. Planning an exercise regime and scheduling it in is imperative if you are really serious about weight loss. Second tip is to only eat starchy carbohydrates or grains 30 minutes after a decent exercise session. Eating 30 minutes after exercise is so important for maintaining your metabolism. Any food you eat will go to replenishing your glycogen stores, which is your stored carbohydrate. So the good news is that this meal will not go towards making or storing fat in your body. So eat a decent meal after exercise, not just a snack if it's possible, and it should contain both carbohydrates and protein in that meal. You also need to eat after exercise to build up and repair muscle tissue. When we exercise, your body is in what's called a catabolic state, where we break down tissue. Once we start eating, our body goes into repair mode. So if you don't eat, your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, will continue to rise, leading to the eventual suppression of fat breakdown, as well as suppression of your immune system. So you are more likely to get sick. And getting sick is a very easy way to fall off the health wagon and stop you reaching your ultimate goal. As part of your exercise regime, doing weight resistance exercise is imperative to weight loss. The bigger your muscle mass is, the more energy you will burn, so don't be afraid of weights. Also, not eating post-exercise leads to muscle breakdown, which is the last thing we want when we are trying to lose weight. Another tip is to eat and drink foods that increase your metabolism. These include green tea, coconut oil, cayenne pepper, and chili. So add these liberally to your diet. It is essential not to avoid breakfast. You need to kickstart your metabolism from the moment you wake up. So get into the habit of eating your meals regularly. If you're one of those people that are not hungry in the morning, make sure you're not eating too late at night and that your last meal is not too big. Have a green tea as soon as you wake up in the morning to kickstart your metabolism, and make sure you eat breakfast by 10 a.m. at the very latest if you're not a breakfast person. If breakfast is a time issue, try to make a smoothie so that you can have something on your way to work. Now, this might seem obvious, but you need to avoid refined sugar and carbohydrates completely. This includes white bread, white pasta, white rice, soft drinks, cakes, and sweets. Excess sugar in the body will actually stop your body breaking down fat for energy and will actually encourage your body to store fat, which is what we want to avoid when we are trying to lose weight. Do increase your green and brightly coloured fruits and vegetables. This is to increase your antioxidant and phytonutrient intake. Each different coloured plant gives different phytochemicals, which is really important for liver detoxification and energy, which is essential for weight loss, as our toxins that we have in our body are actually stored in our fat cells. So when we lose weight, we need to have them excreted efficiently, and that's through a healthy liver and healthy bowels. To lose weight, we need to exercise for over 30 minutes in one session, and we need to do this at least 4 times a week. The longer we exercise past 30 minutes, the more fat we will lose. So that's the good news about keeping motivated to keep going in your exercise session. This is because our bodies, for the first 30 minutes of exercise, uses our stored carbohydrates as energy. Once we get past the 30-minute mark, our body literally changes fuels for energy and starts to break down our stored fat, which is why any exercise we do after 30 minutes literally goes towards melting our fat away. Also, keep in mind, we don't need to exercise at maximum capacity. You should be able to run and still talk to your friend at the same time. It's actually more important to exercise longer at a reduced capacity than to go full throttle, tire, and not be able to exercise past that 30-minute mark. It's important to not eat any foods that are high in fat before you exercise, such as eating nuts or avocado, as your body will use the fats in the food you have recently eaten as energy first, before breaking down your stored fat to use as energy. And we want our body to break down our stored fat and not the fats we have just eaten. So if you must eat before exercise, a small carbohydrate snack is preferable. And if you want an example, I would say something like a banana would be perfect. Check that low-fat foods you eat aren't full of sugar. You are better off eating the full-fat version that will keep you fuller longer and less likely to snack. Lastly, watch your portion size at mealtime. Studies have found that if we eat off smaller plates, we tend to eat less. Please keep in mind that these tips are specifically for general weight loss and do not take your own specific requirements into consideration. So always consult a healthcare professional before undertaking any major weight loss regime, especially if you have any medical conditions or on any medications. So any recommendations I've given would be altered for general health and maintenance if you're not looking to lose weight.